Hey guys, it's Tabby Toe here, 1986, and we just got back home from the groceries and you won't believe what happened. So they're having a sale on their Pepsis, the 6-packs, and my husband loves to drink colas, you know. Anyways, we get home and I tell the cashier we've got 5 because I counted them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the deal is you have to buy 6 to get the sale. I forgot what the sale is, but I think you get 3 free if you buy 3, which is crazy nowadays, y'all. But anyways, he gets home, he's like, "Did you grab a Pepsi 6-pack and bring it up here?" I said, "No." He's like, "Man, you were right. We only had 5. I'm like, "Well, I guess I ain't the dumb one." So he got back in the car. He's going to take his receipt and tell him what happened. And since it's been a short period of time, you know, hopefully they'll believe him, because he's just wanting 1, which he's being honest, but who knows. Anyways, yeah. So I've been craving green peppers and onions, and unfortunately, once again, I guess everybody and their mama wants my smoked sausage. That's skinless. Yes, that's the best kind. Anyways, I couldn't get that, but I still bought these. This thing right here was $4.99 for all of these, and they're actually good. They're not mushy. Like the single ones that they were trying to sell, they're all mushy and nasty. So I told my husband I'm gonna buy these, and you know, I'm gonna chop them up and freeze them, and then I'll have them for a while because I have the gallon freezer bags. Bada bing. And I also got an onion, just a baby onion, and I'll chop it up too and I'll freeze it. But for a snack, and I kind of splurged this week because this week we actually have a little bit of money than usual. So we got ice cream, Mayfield. If you're in the South, you know Mayfield, and I've talked about Mayfield before. But anyway, they have their ice cream 2 for, or buy 1 get 1 free. And one of them was $7.99. So you get 2 1-gallon ice cream tubs, you know, for $7.99. That's a deal. My sister keeps on telling me how my nephew loves the turtle tracks, and I've always been a moose tracks girl, and I love the banana split Mayfield ice cream. Oh, that's the bomb diggity, you know. Yeah, I'm silly, but anyways, yes. So she's got me thinking about the turtle tracks. So I got me some turtle tracks, and my husband got him the OG that he always gets, because he's just an old man. He only likes what he likes. But the mint ice cream, that's what he got. Mint chocolate chip. But because I splurged a little, like I said, I got these to go with it, so it'd be even more tasty. Just a little ice cream cone, but it's fudge dipped. But y'all, let's put these groceries up. I got my eggs, 18 count, because you know I love protein. I like them eggs. And yeah, I already put up, I've only got a pack of chicken thighs this week, because we're just doing our own thing again. I gotta go certain places this week. You know, the doctor. I'm gonna go hang out with my dad for lunch one day. He's gonna buy my lunch. I ain't went out to eat lunch with him in like probably 8 months, and that's crazy. But I mean, it is what it is. I was sick. I didn't have gas money to drive up there. Yada yada. Something always comes up. But let me put the rest of this cold stuff up, and then I'll get back with you. We're going to talk. This video is going to include some exercise routine by a little chubby girl like me, and you know, your everyday, you know, Tabby Toe housewife 101, because I'm silly. And I did remember to buy Pledge, so now I can bust out the Pledge and clean my cabinets, which are still shiny. From a distance, they look clean, but if you look close, they got some dust on them. And you know, I'm a clean freak, and I just want to clean. I want a deep clean, like each room. really good because I've heard some stories this weekend. It just made me want to clean, and it made me like feel sorry for people. I mean, I feel sorry for people anyway. I have a big heart. The Lord blessed me with a big heart, as in I'm tender-hearted, and I just care, and I'm emotional, and it's like extreme emotion, and I can't help it. That's just the way God made me. But like me getting a job, give me a minute, let me put these eggs up first and we'll be back. Side note, I bought me some cheese dip. Hopefully I got the right kind. I bought this brand before, but I'm pretty sure it was the blue lid, and no, it wasn't good. It's the original, but I think the mild one is good. And I told my husband, we ended up going to Arby's because that was my first choice this morning. He said, we're going to eat somewhere cheap-ish. So we went to Arby's. I got the $7 meat and 3 meal. Actually, it was $7.99, but it's still a good deal. Anyways, once we got out of church, I was like, dude, I just got a craving for Mexican, like some cheese dip and some, the crunch of the chips, and that's just what I was craving. And he's like, well, you always get what you want. And I said, well, I've already got my Zaxby's this week, so I'll live. I can wait. But so I just bought this. It'll get that craving to go away. Anyway, that was just a side note. Guys, I did something. I bought this because I'm trying to make better choices, And this is salmon. And it's, it looks good, and this is a good brand. So I'm just going to try it, one lunch. I'll try it with maybe some mayonnaise. Or maybe I'll just eat it straight up. I don't know. I mean, how do y'all usually eat your salmon in this little pack? Because I don't like tuna. I will not eat tuna. I'll never eat tuna. Tuna is gross. Makes me want to yak. But I will try this because I want to make better choices. I'll just eat it on a cracker for lunch one day. So give me some tips on how to eat this. Should I put mayonnaise? Maybe some, I don't have relish, but I can slice up a pickle, eat it. I don't know. That's more of like a tuna thing, ain't it? I guess I'll just eat it straight up. We'll see. I might put some hot sauce. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I bought this. It's ice cold, even though it was like on the shelf. It wasn't in the refrigerator. But I don't know. I guess I'll just put it in my cabinet and hope for the best. That's something I bought. A little extra. I got me some cheese puffs, name brand, and I got me some less salt tortilla chips, my favorite. What else extra did I buy? Because everything else that's cold is in there. That daggum air. We have a vent, and it's embarrassing, okay? Cause I'm gonna show you, but it's embarrassing because we need a new vent because it's dusty, or maybe it's just nasty, and I just need to go up there and clean it with like Dawn and water. But yeah, it blows straight on this stove. When I'm cleaning the kitchen and I gotta spray the stove spray, that you spray on these kind of stoves. It'll splash back, and I'm like coughing. Drives me crazy, and it's every time I want to clean the stove is when that stupid air blows. Well, heat, but it blows, so it it's just one of those things. But our vents are up on the ceiling, not in the floor like the older houses. But I mean, our house is still 23 years old, but I'm just saying our vents are on the ceiling. And it's kind of annoying, because even the one in the living room, like I'm trying to talk to y'all, or I'm trying to watch a movie, and I've got to turn up the movie like to 40, like the volume is 40, which is extreme. But you can't hear them talk. But, whenever the music comes on, you better watch out, because you're going to bust your eardrum. Going to that, because I'm all over the place, y'all. So, you know how I've been sick on and off pretty much since Thanksgiving. The weather's been horrible, And last month, I've only been to church once, like actual church. I've watched it on YouTube. So, I'm not totally, not going to church. But our first day of February, we went today. And let me just say, they've always had lights. And I just don't like strobe lights. I mean, I get it. But now, guys, not only do they have them up top on the stage where it's blaring in your eyes, but now they have them on the bottom of the stage. On top of the stage, and it's just shooting out. And I'm short, so I'm lower to the ground. And I'm trying to hide, I need to start sitting behind somebody tall so I can avoid the light. Because it's horrible, y'all. But I didn't say anything because it just makes a fight with my husband. And I don't want that to happen. Because, once again, I'm just trying to please him and going to that church, Which I like that church, and I like some of the people that actually talk to me. I miss seeing them. The ones that are actually friendly. But, I can't say nothing. I'm sure people think I'm not friendly just because I don't talk, to some of them. But I'm just an awkward person, and I'm not, part of their world. They're nurses, and they've got money, and they got children, and no, I'm just me. And I ain't gonna try to be fake for somebody. But anyways, that's just what's going on with church now. I already wear earplugs, and now I'm gonna have to sneak and wear sunglasses. Just, what I had to do the whole time they were singing? And today, they sung 4 songs before the preaching even started. So I had to stand, because we stand up. I had to close my eyes and look down, like I was praying, just so I wouldn't be blinded by the light. And I can't help that. I'm sensitive. I got sensitive eyes. The music is too loud. And it's not even the music. It's something about their speakers. It's like either the speakers are like trash, or maybe they're so old that it does this vibrating thing. And it messes up, and it's kind of scratchy. I don't know. I can even hear it with my earplugs in. So, yeah, it's just one of them things. Because even when I watch it at home by myself, I fast forward the music. Because I'm just not that type. Yeah, praising the Lord, that's awesome. But it's just a concert. And I'm not for that. I want to hear God's word. I'm not there for a concert. But that's just me. And I'm just an old granny, I guess. That's what my husband calls me. Because I have to wear my earplugs. And I always complain. Because I'm always a negative Nancy. Anyways, I try not to be. And I've gotten better at holding my tongue and not saying how I'm feeling. The kitty's so loud. Listen to her. We've been gone all day, and we accidentally didn't open the windows, so she's been in the dark. So I turned on the kitchen light, and she was all squinty-eyed. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I completely forgot. We were trying to get out of the door because we were volunteering today, and we got to be at church by 7:45. Yeah. But I did get to enjoy McDonald's this morning. And, yeah, check out my short video. Housewife goes to McDonald's to try the hot honey breakfast sandwich or biscuit, and it's good. I really liked it. You can really taste the sriracha. It's more hot than it is honey, but the honey is at the end. There's a bite of honey at the end. But I liked it. I know it would definitely be good on their chicken sandwich with bacon. Yes. But I've had my fill, my husband, spoiled me this weekend. He allowed us, I was able to go to my cousin's kid's little birthday celebration. we had deep dish pizza. So, yeah, I'm definitely good on all my fast food items already, just in one weekend. But it is what it is. That's why I say I try to live it up as much as I can, because I don't know when I'll get to eat good again. And this is one of the weekends where I get to eat good. And then my nephew got to spend the night with me. And it was really awesome. I love that boy. Even though he's just goofy. He just makes me laugh, you know. I mean, okay, I wanted to talk. I was thinking about this last night because I couldn't go to sleep. I got like 3 hours of sleep, y'all. Yeah, I've got a problem. I don't know what to do about it. I just can't shut my brain off, and I can't go to sleep even though my body is craving sleep. Like, I want to go to sleep, but I just can't. But anyways, now my nose is going to run. But, give me a second. Alright, guys, I'm back. So, yes, I thought of this, and I'm going to give you a few confessions of mine. And I'm going to be real serious and honest about it. Alright? So, you know, back when I went for that, it wasn't even an interview. I had the job if I could pass those 2 tests. And I didn't pass because I was sick, and it shows up in your pee, and I didn't know that when you take cold medicine. So, FYI, you know, don't let that happen to you. So, deep down, because tomorrow will be a month, and I've not heard back from that company. And so I'm going, I guess, probably not tomorrow or the next day. Maybe Tuesday. But anyways, this week, for sure, I'm going to go to random places, you know, fast food, movie theater, and try to get a job. Because I'm tired of waiting on this company. Because, you know, like I said, tomorrow will be a month. And I've still not heard anything back. And deep down, I've been depressed. And I've been angry at God, even though He has nothing to do with it. But then I'm like, well, He could have let me pass the drug test, you know. But, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe, you know, here's your sign that that's not where I'm supposed to be. I don't know. But yeah, that's my confession. I was angry with God, and I shouldn't have been, because like my husband said, he didn't have nothing to do with it. Even though I did pray not to be nervous, and I wasn't. But I mean, that's just life. So that's one confession. Another confession of mine that only a few people in my family know is ever since I was a teenager, probably about 15 years old is when I started writing them. Because like I've said before, another confession, I'm a hopeless romantic, and I've been a hopeless romantic ever since I was a teenager, and I was in love with my softball coach. He was 10 years older than me, and I think I had a crush on him ever since I was 8 years old, and I mean, it was like hardcore crush, and I'd go to his vacation Bible school because I knew he was going to be the Bible school teacher, just to see him, and he knew I had a crush on him, and it was just the whole thing, and it was just a little girl, you know how little girls have little crushes, and it was just childish. But anyways, I grew out of it, and he's happily married with children, and I'm happily married myself. I don't have kids, and that's another confession. Sometimes I regret not having kids when I was in my early 20s, because that's when my parents had me when they were in their early 20s, and they, like my mom said, they wanted to have kids young so they could grow up with them. So that's what I feel I would want to do. But I mean, that's just random thoughts I have sometimes, like when my nephew's with me and I like having him around. And then other times I'm like, whew, glad we don't have kids. Because I just couldn't handle the stress. Because I'm not good with any kind of stress. Or say, my husband is a huge blessing to me. Because he takes all that stress and he keeps it to himself. I don't have to deal with anything. I don't have to worry. I mean, I worry about stuff, but he takes care of it all. Financially. There's a thing he always says, I'm a kid, and he's the adult of the relationship. But it's just, I mean, I'm an adult, in my, goofy shirt on that I wore to church today, because that's the one cool thing about my church. You can wear anything you want. And yeah, people looked at me, but I knew they would. But I like what I like, and I love this movie growing up. So did my cousin. Coco, shout out. We liked this movie, we liked the Peter Pan movie, and we liked Robin Hood, the little rooster. Yeah, we like it. And yes, I'm silly. And you know this. If you've watched my videos, you know how goofy I am, because I'm being myself. I'm not fake. Anyways, this is the first book I'm reading from the library. And I'm using my Snake Discovery bookmark that I got before they were... Here. Let me do this so you can see it better. You see it? Anyway, it's metal. My husband's back. I wonder if they let him have it. Anyways, I just wanted to talk to y'all today. But I'll be back with you. I'll see you this week. Stay tuned. Tabby Toe out. Sorry I'm random and all over the place. That's just me. Hope you enjoy. Get another one, y'all. So nice of them to do that. Sweet. We're gonna walk on this bad boy right here all week. Probably every other day. Just, take care of my back. I don't want to hurt myself. Unfortunately, I'm not, I'm at that place in my life where I gotta watch myself, not overdo it, just because I got a bad back. And it probably is because of my weight gain throughout the years. But it is what it is. I'm just trying to take care of myself, y'all. But we're going to do that. We're going to do some weights this week. And we're just going to have fun with it. And we're going to keep doing that. And it's going to be a routine. And we're just going to live ourselves no matter what people say or what the doctor says on Tuesday. And I'll keep you informed on that as well. What's up? There's a dog walking by itself. It has a collar though. I wonder if it got loose. That was random. But my name is Random. Tabby Toe, 1986 Random. No, I'm joking. So, I washed my face, took off my makeup. I actually wore mascara. I wore it yesterday too. And back when I was a teenager, I tried to wear eyeliner. And like I've said before, I'm not a makeup girly. I don't know what I'm doing. But it burns my eyeballs. So I've got sensitive eyeballs as well as sensitive skin. But today and yesterday I just wore mascara. I gave up on eyeliner. But even mascara now burns my eyeballs. Now I gotta put eye drops in. Which it could just be part of, your parents passed it down stuff, and my mom has itchy red eyes, and I do too, and so does my sister. It's just part of it sometimes, y'all. But I wanted to show you 2 weekends ago when they said it was going to snow a blizzard the first time around, I was bored and I rearranged my living room. And it don't take that long. I can do it by myself because you can just push these couches or a couch and love seat on the hardwood floors. And these hardwood floors have seen better days, and they're also going to be ripped up whenever Miss Kitty goes to heaven. But yeah, so I did it by myself, just rearranged, and I wanted to show y'all. So over there is the couch, and then here's my love seat. And yes, I was watching that movie, and I'm going to play that game later on today. But I do have to finish that movie today since I can't tell you the name of it. But yeah, so that's my living room now, y'all. And my sister, when she came over with Cruiser, I think she made my pictures uncrooked. So all I had to do was touch them and move them. But I thought it was the nail. I thought I was going to have to move the nail to make them straight. But it definitely looks better than it did, y'all. I think my husband looks like a real cowboy in this picture. He's so cute. Even if it is only from, you know, even if I'm the only one that thinks so. But I'm the only one that matters, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I always wanted these pictures done if I hadn't told y'all before. So on our 14th anniversary, we went to Gatlinburg. Well, we went to Pigeon Forge on our way home, actually, from Pigeon Forge. And yeah, we got her done. It took an hour, and I was in that dress. And they pretty much use shoelaces to tie it up in the back, and you're just walking around just open in the back. They give you like these boxers to put on. And yeah, just random people were seeing my backside. Or, you know, I didn't like it, but I tried to hide. But it took an hour because there was a party of 10 in front of us. And yeah, I'm glad I did it though. Now I can say I did it. So that's another bucket list. Just a small bucket list that I wanted to achieve. And I did it. Oh yeah. So I got to be a real bookworm on Thursday, and I read 100 Reasons, or For 100 Reasons. I read that whole book in one day. Well, it took me pretty much, not all day, but probably about a few hours, and I read it. But at one point, y'all, I had to set the book down because I was crying. I just started crying because I get, like, I just go into a book when I read it. And then I was thinking about my daddy, because they were talking about, you know, his dad was older, and he had a stroke, and all this family drama, and I was just overwhelmed and emotional over a book, because, like I said, I'm extremely emotional, and a lot of guys wouldn't put up with that, but my husband has put up with that for almost 17 years altogether, because we dated for a year before we got married. And for y'all youngins that are just, you know, young and you don't have a clue about relationships, or you're wondering what you should do, here's some advice from Aunt Tabby Toe. Enjoy life. There's more fish in the sea. Don't get, like, this, what's it called? Don't just get lovey-dovey with one person. You know, there's more fish in the sea. Go explore. Go see what else is out there. Don't just settle. Don't settle. Like Jim Carrey said, he wanted to settle, but don't settle, okay? You need to, I mean, sometimes you just know it's the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, but other times you need to see what else is out there, because you never know. You don't have to settle down at such a young age. You need to go live your life, go to college, have that college experience, go and just get an apartment and be by yourself and see how that is. Because I never had that, which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, after my parents split, I lived with my mom and my sister in a duplex, and that's where I lived until I got married. And then once me and my husband married, I lived with him. And we didn't live together before we got married. And I know a lot of people do, and I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that's what I did. I waited till I was married, Something else, let's see. It's not always about looks, it's about what's inside. Because usually, from my experience of watching other people's relationships, it's the cute ones are mean, usually. But, some of the ugly ones are mean. So you just don't really know about a person until, it is smart. I can see the benefits of living with somebody before you marry them, even though, in the Bible it says not to do that, because you get to learn about that person. But, I did what the Bible said, but that's just me once again. That's how I was raised. And I didn't want people to judge me because I was worried. Back then, I was worried about people judging me if I lived with Wes before we got married. So we got married. And, but something else you should know before you get in a serious relationship, meet the family, meet your in-laws. And if they don't like you from the start, they're never going to like you. And it's going to put a strain on your marriage if you end up marrying that person. So, FYI, you need to make sure they actually like you. Or it's just going to be difficult for the rest of your marriage. And when I get married, I'm married forever. That's just me. I know people have situations. But, I was blessed to, find my right one the first time. And that's another one of my confessions, guys. Wes was my first real relationship. My first real boyfriend. I went on dates with guys. We went out to eat. We went fishing, We talked on the phone. But he was my first boyfriend. Real relationship. And we got married. And, yeah. So, experience-wise, I don't have a lot of experience with relationships. I've seen other people's relationships, and I know what can go on. Kitty is so emotional and needy, y'all. But, I didn't have to deal with that. Or, I don't know. I didn't have any of those experiences like other people have. Nobody's perfect. No matter how much they try to act like they're perfect, they're not perfect. The only person that's perfect is the Lord. Everybody's a sinner. It don't matter. There's a lot of people that say I'm like the best person or I've got the best personality, but honestly, that's just a side of me that they see. I don't think I'm the great. I'm not. I'm just me. I'm just Tabby. I struggle. I sin, and everybody sins differently, but it's all the same sin in God's eyes. If y'all didn't know that, so don't judge somebody for what they're doing, because you might be doing something else, but you're still sinning, and all sin is the same. I didn't mean to preach to you right there, but I'm just telling you that, like I said, you don't need to judge, and don't think you're better than somebody, because you're not. We're just humans, and we're going to fall short, and we're going to struggle, and that's just what we do. And now the kitty's in my lap. Can you tell? There's her tail. Because she's a needy kitty, and she's a lap kitty. And we've been gone all day, and she needs somebody, you know, a lap to sit on. And I'm really worried about that, y'all. When I do get a job, and I'm still talking with my hands, I feel like I'm going to have to make like a scarecrow, but like for the couch. But not a scarecrow, a couch dummy. And stuff it with some of my clothes. Get like some old sweatpants and stuff it with some clothes and make her a lap to sit on. A fake lap. Because I feel like she's going to be so lonely. And she's old and she's needy. And I'm scared when I do get a job. Because who knows, since I didn't get the job I wanted on day shift, I'm going to have to get a random job and work all kinds of crazy hours and not see my husband and not see the kitty. And yeah, it's going to be, that's life for you. That's adulthood. So I am an adult. But I've had it easy, and I know that. Yeah. So, I'm sorry I say yeah all the time. I'm still trying to work on my speech and the way I talk, so bear with me. But we are going to ride on that treadmill this week, and we are going to do them exercises I was talking about. It was funny, Cruz he was lifting the 15 pound, and I told him how to put it behind his back, or his head, and try to lift it up, and he's like, oh my God, I'm breaking my arm. He's like, it's heavy, and I'm like, I told you. Yeah. It was so fun having him over, though. I guess, in a way, I'm just at the kids' level, and I just want to hang out with them, you know. We're playing video games, being silly. And I felt like I was a hoarder at one point, because I had to take all my stuffed animals off the office bed to let, you know, so he can have somewhere to sleep. And I told I sent a picture to my mom and sister, and I was like, am I a hoarder? Or I might be a hoarder. And the mom was like, you're just a collector. And Tiffy just laughed. And I got to see my dad yesterday too when we dropped off Cruiser. He was up there helping out my sister. So that was good. Even though I got to see him for a few minutes. I got to see my mom and Charlie too, my stepdad, but I forgot the bag that I was supposed to give Mama. So now I gotta take it up there or meet her in town. If she goes to the bin sale this week, I can meet her. Because I don't have plans Wednesday, but Monday and Tuesday I do. Or I gotta talk with Dad first to see if we can go eat on Monday. If not, it'll have to be another day of the week for him. I don't know his work schedule, or, you know, he's the boss man where he works, so he might be busy doing something. You know, meetings or fixing stuff. I don't know. I just know it's stressful. I feel sorry for him. Something else that I've been wondering, guys, and I just want to be honest on here and just tell you like what's been in my head. And I've always wondered this. I wonder why the Lord lets rich people in their greed, you know, have all this money and be self-centered and not even care about starving people and homeless people on the streets and stuff. I wonder why he allows that. And then, you know, the average people like me, you know, that, I don't know if I covered that with my job situation. That's why I want a job, so I can help others. Because I just feel led to help others. I can't even talk, y'all, without wanting to cry about it. I'm such a crybaby. And I do hate that about myself. But I can't help it. But also wore, going back to wearing makeup because I'm all over the place, I actually wore mascara and some eyeshadow stuff. And no, I don't know what I was doing, but it looked pretty good. I like the way it turned out, which I've already wiped it off. And you know that monster unicorn zit, horn that came up weeks ago? Like, this is the aftermath of it. But see how it like grew out of my head on top of a freckle? So since it made it like more noticeable because it was on top of her freckle, where it came out. I don't know, it grew out of the freckle skin, and that's why it's still more noticeable. Something else I wanted to talk about. You know when I took you over to the Athens Regional Park and I showed you where we got married, and I noticed the lighting when I was outside talking to y'all, you could really see my forehead, and even though there's a zit now, but I don't know if I can make it pop up. I know if you go back to that video, you can watch it, and there's like a little tiny, somewhat of a bump on my forehead. And it's not a zit. It's a raised up spot. And you know how I got that? In 8th grade, I was the star of my basketball team because it was just a little hillbilly little elementary school out in the sticks, and I was pretty much the only one that knew what was going on. So anyway, we were playing this harder team, so I was guarding this girl. She was coming down the court. I was just like guarding her good, and I was like on her, guarding her, and she goes wham, like this with her elbow right into my forehead. Instantly, as soon as she did that, my head swelled up. It looked like I had a tennis ball growing out of my head. It was crazy. And it was just a bump, but I could barely see out of this eye. And I just walked over to my coach, and I was like, "Coach," and he's like, "Go sit on the bench." And I was so mad at that girl because she was so mean. I don't know why she played so mean. It wasn't like she was the best player, but she acted like she was. But anyways, so that's why I've got that slightly little bump left over. It's the aftermath of playing sports when I was in 8th grade, and I got smacked in the head with an elbow because and the crazy thing was the referee, referee. I always get those confused, umpire, referee, even though I'm a sports person, basketball, baseball, softball. I've always, ever since I was little, got those confused. But yeah, no foul. And I mean, it was a technical foul, or I should have got the ball after that nonsense. But no call, no whistle. I was so mad. I was mad. I wanted to get her back. That's, I was young. You shouldn't feel that way. When somebody does you wrong, you shouldn't want to get them back. But at the time, I did. And of course, everybody in the school, the whole school, I think the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade was a different hall. But everybody on the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, they were making fun of me. I was like, that's not cool. Like, I can't help it. But eventually it went away. But yeah, I got made fun of for probably a month. But yeah, that was a childhood boo-boo that never went away altogether. And I've already told you about that thing. It's like a mole thing. Mole. Or a wart. It's not a mole, it's like a wart. But whatever, I can't control it. So what it is, You can make fun if you want to. Sorry about saying why do I keep saying that? I'm gonna let y'all go, and I guess this is a long video, so I might make it more than one video, because I'm sure y'all ain't gonna sit for an hour and listen to me yap. But me and the kitty's gonna chillax. Since it's Sunday, I'm gonna read my book, and yeah, we're just gonna take it easy, y'all. I really appreciate, I can't talk, sorry. I really appreciate y'all. And I appreciate the likes and the subscribes. And I love y'all. And the Lord loves y'all. And I know I've not talked about the Lord in probably quite a few episodes of my videos or vlogs, whatever you want to call them. And I apologize. I guess I got caught up in my own little lifey situations or something. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I do love the Lord, y'all, and no, I'm not perfect. I never said I was, but I'm just trying to live, trying to survive. I am happy, and yes, I have been unhappy before, but right now I'm happy. I'm content with my life, and I will find a job, and I will be able to help my sister, and I'll be able to help the homeless, and I'll be able to help the animal shelters, and I'm trying not to cry again. I'm trying to cry. So emotional, y'all. I really wish I could turn it off and be strong and tough. I've never been strong and tough. Trust me. I played sports, and I got yelled at a lot because I was a crybaby. Yeah. But that's just the way God made me. Here's the kitty, y'all. Isn't she lovely? Kitty is so, pretty. I always thought it was weird how they got a bald spot right there. You see it? Bald. You're bald, kitty. Why you got a bald spot right there for us? Huh? I'll see y'all in the next vlog. Tabby So out. I've not did that in a while. This turtle tracks, y'all. It's hitting. Yum yum. My nephew Cruz knows what he likes. I'm starting to like this one too, Cruz. A lot of times, supper's easy at our house, y'all. But this is 2 portion sizes, or serving sizes. Ain't that crazy? And I'm still eating my ice cream, y'all. I guess this plus size girl is gonna eat 2 serving sizes. Because, this is all I've ate and this ice cream since Arby's. So I'm still doing good. No snacking. I do need to drink some water though. I'm not drinking anything since Arby's either, so that's not good. Just trying to work on myself, y'all. This is my supper, y'all. Along with my warmed up cheese dip I got at the grocery store and my chips. Let's eat. So I did get the right cheese dip, I think. It's not, the Mexican restaurant goodness, but it'll do, pig. That'll do.